the Calories episode 60. Yeah, we're up to 60 of the series where I potentially waste my calories so you don't have to. And I kind of feel with this one, there isn't going to be a waste of calories. Why? Because I'm doing a pizza edition. And who doesn't love pizza? Every time, boss. Do you want to say hello? Yeah, boss wants a dinner. I'm going to bake it now. Let me cook some pizza, eat it, then you can have your dinner. She's like, Dad, can I just have my dinner now? Patience is a virtue. That's what my dad always used to tell me. So I'm doing a pizza edition, but not just any pizza. So I did a post a few months ago with the Carlos chiller pizzas in the fridge, and I'm like, these are probably the best pizzas you can kind of get for under 800 calories because they actually feel like a pizza. They're fairly portion controlled. They're not bad in calories. Like I say, they're between 700 and 800 calories. Anyway, loads of comments of people not necessarily disagreeing with me, but loads of people going, well, you can get this for 300 calories. You can get this for 400 calories. I'm like, I know, but it's not a pizza. A pizza has to be round and it needs to feel like you're eating a pizza for it to be a pizza. Anyway, my stance has softened a little bit for the purposes of content. I am doing, so I've got a lot of these 400-500 calorie pizzas, which are in an oblong shape, really popular in all different supermarkets. Most major supermarkets do a variety of their own brand. Anyway, what triggered this actually was last week. I can't remember what I put on. Can't remember what it was, but someone commented. It must have been something to do with pizza. Won't surprise me. But someone commented saying, have you tried the wood-fired pizza ultra thin? I can't remember what flavour they said. From M&S. It's a banger for 400 calories. I'm like, do you know what? Let's do a series. So I'll soften my stance. So in this series, I am doing not necessarily lower calorie pizzas, portion control pizzas. They need to be oblong, so we're not doing a round pizza. And they need to be under 600 calories. Ideally, under 500. That's ideally. But I've grabbed two, which I'm going to do kind of now back to back. And then I'm going to head out, actually this afternoon, and see. I've got them in my app, the ones I want. I just need to see if I can get them from the supermarkets. Anyway, what are we starting off with? Well, we're starting off with bougie. All right, we're going bougie to start off with. Yes, that comment from last week. Wood-fired pizza, ultra-thin, spicy chicken Arabiata. This is topped with finely marinated British chicken and sweet and spicy Raquito peppers. Have I pronounced that correctly? I have no idea. Says it's hot, 3 chilies. I've not really I've not just gone all margarita. I've just kind of grabbed one that I fancy, if I'm being honest with you, in the range. This is M&S. I think it was about £4 from memory. I'm only going to have half because I've got another one to do today. But it's 398 calories, 21.2 grams of protein, 1.8 grams of fibre. Not really eating this thinking it's going to have a lot of protein in it, but those are the numbers. Anyway, let's cook it. I'm going to bung it in the air fryer. I'm going to cut it in half because I'm not eating all of it today because I'm going to have half of another one today. I'm going to whack it in half. We're going to bung it in the air fryer and let's see if it's worth the calories. Right, well, that's in the air fryer and you'll have to forgive the whirring noise. Another thing I am going to look at is, and I'm going to kind of introduce pizza 2 here, per 100 grams. It's something you should always look at. If you want to know if something is lower in calories and not just a smaller portion, look per 100 grams. So I always promote the smaller bags of crisps, like What's It or things like that, or Quavers that are 75 calories a bag. The 75 calories a bag, not because they are lower in calorie, they're just better portion control. So you get 16 grams of Quavers instead of 25 grams of crisps in a Walker's multi-pack. Per 100 grams, you can go test this, pretty much all crisps, whether it's Monster Munch or What's It, or it's Seabrooks or Walkers, are around 500 calories per 100 grams. They might sway from like 480 up to 520, but they're all roughly the same. It's just portion control. And the beauty with things like Quavers is because they're light, you actually feel like you're getting just as much, if not more, than a 25 gram bag of Walker's multi-pack. You're actually getting 9 grams less, but it doesn't feel that way because they're so light. Anyway, I am going to look at that with these. So, for example, this M&S pizza is, it's 181 grams, so it's pretty small. No wonder it's 400 calories. But per 100 grams, it's 220 calories. The next one I'm going to try is this, which is the spicy salami and chili jam wood-fired pizza from Aldi. For full transparency, I have had this before, but a long, long time ago. I can't remember what it tasted like. And this is 485 calories. But do you know what? It's roughly the same size. It's 186 grams, so it's only 5 grams more than the M&S one. But this is 261 calories per 100 grams. So this is a lower calorie pizza compared to this one. So I will give you the 100 gram calorie allowances. So you can kind of make your mind up. Why is this less calories than this? Really simple. Really, really simple. Toppings. Chicken, low fat. Salami, higher fat. Anyway, I'm going to whack this one in now, and then I'll do the chicken one from M&S, and then I'm going to do the Aldi one straight afterwards. Right, we are doing a 2-for-1, so I've got both pizzas here ready to go. They both smell really, really good. Considering the Aldi one was only 5 grams heavier, it feels miles bigger, but maybe that's because it's got less, I think it's got more base, less topping. Maybe that's what, I don't know. What we're going to go in with first? Let's go in with the M&S. This is the ultra thin, spicy chicken Arabiata wood-fired pizza, 398 calories for the lot. It's not a lot. Something like this, for me, I'd have to bulk it out with something, a good side salad or maybe a few air fried chips. Pizza and chips. Oh, yes. Anyway, right, let's give it a go. That base is lovely. The cheese is really creamy. It says it's hot. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've not got much like chili pepper or anything, but that mozzarella on there is so creamy. That's delicious. It's tiny, but it is yummy. You get what you pay for sometimes with M&S. You can tell the ingredients in it are really good quality. There is now a bit of heat coming through, but nothing crazy. Just a nice warm. Like I say, what I want from something like this is I want it to tick the pizza box. It's not going to feel like I've had a great big ginormous pizza. Of course it's not, but I just want it to tick that pizza box all within my calories, and that definitely does that. That is absolutely delicious. Like I say, that's not enough for me. It might be enough for you. I need something on the side, so I might do 300 grams of air fried chips, which would take the total meal up to like 650, 700, something like that. One of the Caesar salad kits from Aldi, full one of them on the side. That would do the job to bump the volume up. But yeah, that is better. Should I just score that one before I go into the other one? Yeah, it's really tasty. 4 pieces of that, 100 calories each. Yeah, well happy with that. Well happy with that. 400 calories, very, very good portion control. And it is decent, like I say, per 100 grams, it's 220 calories. Taste-wise, so I did a video last time what I marked these things on. This is something I would build into my overall diet. It's a pizza. It's not terrible on protein, but it's not got loads of protein, but it's a carb-based meal. The volume isn't massive, but neither are the calories. It's not bad for 400 calories. I've got a lot of space there to bulk it out if I need to. And anyone should have really. You shouldn't, if you're going to have this for your tea, most people should be eating at least 600 calories for the tea. So you've got a 200 calorie swing. to bulk it up a little bit. You know, even just having that and then having a protein yogurt or protein pudding afterwards would do the job. It's not cheap. I think they're £4, but you do get what you pay for. The quality is excellent. Taste is very, very nice. That is an 8.5 worth of calories. Right, let's go straight into on the 2 for 1. The spicy salami and chili jam wood-fired pizza. 30-hour slow fermented dough. Aldi are pushing it. Aldi are like, we're telling you here, this is a good quality pizza. This is 485 calories, so we're nearly 100 calories more than the M&S one. Per 100 grams, 260 calories. But that's because it's salami and not chicken, so we can forgive it for that. It's roughly the same size as the M&S one. We've got 2 chilies for medium heat. Let's get stuck in. Oh, salami pepperoni on a pizza, I really do. It's more of a sourdough base, obviously being fermented. The base isn't as good as the M&S one. A bit more cardboardy. Toppings are really nice though. Got a sweetness to it, that one. Bit of spice, bit of sweet. It's nice. It's not as good as the M&S, but it still ticks the box for me, and I can forgive it being a few more calories than the M&S, even though it's roughly the same size, because you've got more of a calorific topping on it. Oh, that has got a kick. That's hotter than the M&S one, even though the Aldi gave it 2 chilies, M&S with 3 chilies. It feels bigger than the M&S one. It generally does. With that one, though, you have got less room for manoeuvre. You know, it's nearly 500 calories. So if you're 600, 650 calories for your tea, you've not got a lot to, you know, a lot of room to play with to bulk it out, as it were. But it is still a very, very nice, tasty pizza. 7.8 out of 10. And again, yeah, I think it is worth the calories. Under 500 calories for that. Yeah, we're having that. Another day, another dollar for worth the calories. We've got another kind of 2 for 1. We did 2 pizzas yesterday. And we're doing 2 again today. And it is a battle of basically the ham and mushroom pizzas. Though these 2 brands try and describe them a little bit posher than that. We've got an offering from Lidl. We've got an offering from Asda. And ironically, the Lidl one, I think, is going to be the biggest pizza that we review in this episode. Anyway, the Lidl one is ham, portobello mushroom and mascarpone, wood-fired sourdough pizza. And the Asda extra special is prosciutto cotto, ham, garlic mushroom and mascarpone sourdough pizza. They're both very, very similar in terms of numbers. Little one's $4.97. You got 7.3 grams of protein and 7.3 grams of fibre and 26.9 grams of protein. The Asda one is 499 calories, nowhere near as much fibre, 3.8 grams of fibre and not as much protein, 23 grams of protein in this one. And this one is 12 grams bigger. So it's the same calories. You get more protein, more fibre. Well, you think, yeah, it's going to have more protein, more fibre. It's bigger, but it's only 12 grams bigger. They are virtually the same size, basically. Anyway, what else do we need to know? Not a lot, really. If I think of anything else that I should be telling you, I'll tell you. Oh, I do the 100 grams thing, didn't I? M&S was 220, was the Aldi salami thing 260 per 100 grams. This is 230 and this is 249. So yeah, this is sort of second in terms of the per 100 grams as the lowest calorie option. Anyway, let's bang them. We're going to air fry them again, half each, and let's see if they are worth the calories. All right, 2 pizzas. We've got the Lidl one here and we've got the Asda one there. I'm going to be honest with you, looking at both, the Asda one does look better. It really, really does. It's got a lot more topping than the Lidl one. Considering they're the same calories, I'm not sure why when the Asda one, not Aldi, we've strayed away for these two now from your favourite. I'm not too sure why they're the same calories. I suppose, like I say, the Lidl one's slightly bigger. It's 12 grams. That's, neither here nor there, I suppose. Anyway, yeah, I think the Asda one does look better. So because of that, I'm going to go for the Lidl one first. So, ham portobello mushroom and mascarpone wood-fired sourdough pizza. Hand-stretched pizza with a wood-fired sourdough base, rich Mediterranean-style tomato sauce, topped with mozzarella, garlic sautéed mushrooms, and succulent roasted ham. Oh, sounds delightful. 497 calories for the whole pizza. I'm just going to munch on half. And here we go. Which is just a personal preference of mine. I don't know if they do it to make it posh, but I'm not a massive fan of like soft cheese on a pizza. Like sometimes you get little blobs of ricotta or you get like mascarpone. I actually think they work better in a dessert. Add a bit of icing sugar to them to sweeten them up. Or a bit of stevia if you're being calorie controlled. But overall, that pizza is actually really, really nice. It didn't look as good as the Asda one, but it's really tasty. And again, that mascarpone just kind of coats your mouth and just takes over a little bit. But the crust is really, really nice. I've done this for 7 minutes in the air fryer at 170. They do not take long to cook at all. Decent. How did I review the last two? I can't remember. Did I review him and then... I can't. Anyway, this time I'm going to eat the Asda one. Because these are they're the same pizza, basically. So let's do the Asda one and then I'll give you my overall opinion. So, yeah, the Asda one. More topping. Still got that runny cheese on it. It's got mascarpone on it, it's the Asda one, but it's nowhere near as overpowering as the Lidl one. And the garlic mushrooms on the Asda one are sensational. Let me just try. These are a bit zero taste. Nowhere near as good as the Asda one. Oh, that garlic mushroom on the Asda one. You could drop the ham off for me. I know it's going to reduce the protein, but Asda just do a pizza with them garlic mushrooms on. They're delicious. Right, let's go in. The Lidl one's really, really nice. I just found the mascarpone a bit too much. If you like that, then it'd be great. But calorie-wise, it's a decent size. It's actually got a decent amount of protein, the Lidl one. 27 grams of protein for less than 500 calories in a pizza. And it's got over 7.3 grams of fibre. So the numbers are good. And it's a decent size, 230 grams. Don't get me wrong, you're still going to want something alongside it, like a side salad or some air fried chips to bulk it out. But it's not terrible at all in terms of volume for what we're trying to achieve with this. Yeah, Lidl, you are getting 7.8 out of 10 and you are worth the calories. What about the Asda one? So the Asda one, the mushrooms are so good. It's a little bit down on the protein compared to the Lidl one, but this isn't a comparison off. This is just how I rate the pizza. Very, very nice. 8.5 out of 10. Again, worth the calories. Right, last one for this episode of Worth the Calories. We're carrying on with those lower calorie controlled pizza options. And I've kind of not cheated. We've got a bonus. Spit it out, Neil. We've got a bonus, and yeah, I've not quite stuck to the task, if that makes sense. So, I said I was going to do 5 pizzas. I'm actually doing 6. I've chucked an extra one in. Simply because I nipped to my local, I say local, I haven't got a local co-op. It's the one near the gym that I go to. Can't remember what I was getting. It might have been Something that they don't sell in Aldi. Can't remember why I nipped in. In fact, I think I nipped in to have a look. I look at these. Yeah, because I go to the post office next door, and I was like, oh, I wonder, because I thought Co-op, it is a local shop, isn't it? And it's a local shop to everyone in a town. And I thought, you know what? Sometimes you can't be bothered going big Tesco or Asda or anything like that. But a lot of people, if you live in a town, you've got a Co-op within 5 minutes sort of walking distance. So you might get home from work, fancy a bit of a pizza. Yeah, we should plan what we're eating, but every now and then it's fine to change our minds. So yeah, I thought I'd try a bit of a local option rather than a bigger supermarket, if that makes sense. Anyway, so I nipped in and I spotted this little badger. So we're going to try that alongside this Tesco one. Now, I failed the brief, in a way. I wanted to do 5 pizzas that were under 500 calories. That was the target. It hasn't happened. Actually harder than you think. Now, some of you guys are going to comment and go, we should have gone to Sainsbury's, which I haven't gone to. But Sainsbury's is a right pain in the bum to get to for me. Where else could I have tried? I tried Morrison's, so there was nothing in there. Not in the Morrison's that I go to anyway. Maybe I could have gone to a Waitrose. But again, Waitrose is over half an hour away from me. So I've kind of gone to the places that are close to me. On NutriCheck, there is a pizza in Tesco, like a wood-fired, you know, these oblong thingy-bobs. 400, 500 calories. Nowhere to be seen. My Tesco's a big Tesco. Anyway, so I've grabbed this one, which is the most spenny on the old calorie front. 570 calories. Overall numbers, it's 222 grams, so it's not the smallest of pizzas, but it's certainly not the biggest. 570 calories, 27 grams of protein though, 4.2 grams of fibre, and it's a bit spenny on the old calories because it looks like it's got a lot of cheese on it. Rich tomato sauce, topped with hand-torn Italian fior di latte. I have no idea what that is. I'll Google it while they're cooking. I thought a latte was a coffee. I assume it's some sort of posh mozzarella and fresh basil. And then the one we grabbed from the Co-op, which, again, maybe I failed to brief. I wanted, like, these oblong-style pizzas. This actually looks like a proper pizza, but it's 232 grams, so it's kind of the same size as the Lidl and Asda ones. Oh, certainly the Lidl one that we had yesterday. And this one is 539 calories. 23 grams of protein, 4.5 grams of fibre. Anyway, we're going to have half of each one. We're going to put them in the air fryer again. And I'll be back very, very shortly for the old taste test to see if they are worth the calories. Alrighty, and final 2 halves of pizza. What we're going to go for first, I'm going to go for the Co-op one, simply because it's the lower calorie, and we'll save the highest calorie one till last. So, Salami Calabrese is the Co-op one, hand stretched and topped with tomato sauce, mozzarella. Oh, this has got fior di latte cheese. I have Googled it. I'll tell you very shortly. Spicy charcuterie salsiccia picante salami, hellfire and andouille sausage. That is an absolute mouthful, Co-op. Sounds delightful. Fior di latte. I know I'm not pronouncing that correctly. It might shock you, but I am not authentic Italian. All right, I'm Neil from Blackpool. And that is how Neil from Blackpool pronounced it. Fior di latte. Alexa, stop timer. I was putting these in for 7 minutes. I checked them after 5 and they were ready to go. Basically, and that's my 7-minute timer that's just gone off. So this is 539 calories, 23 grams of protein. Oh, fior di latte is mozzarella. It's not mozzarella, but it is basically mozzarella, but made with cow's milk, whereas mozzarella is made with buffalo milk. There you go. That's what ChatGPT's just told me. Let's go. The base on that is sensational. Oh. Oh, yeah. That base is superb. Salami's got a lovely warmth to it as well. I've no idea where the Indulger is, Indoa, or however it's pronounced. Sausage. Lovely warmth to it. Oh. Other than base and salami though, there isn't a lot of flavour if I'm going to be very critical. Critical? No idea what that is. Anyway, let's go in with the Tesco one. So this is a margharita, a very posh margharita, I think. Rich tomato sauce, topped with hand-torn Italian fior di latte and fresh basil. What's the numbers on this one? It's the most calorific out of the three, but it has, not this bit, I've actually chosen the bit to review that's got a bit of basil on it. The amount of cheese on that is like, there's no scrimping there. Hence the higher calories. It's 570 calories, 27 grams of protein, 4.2 grams of fibre. I'm going to have a bite out of each side because this is like less cheese with some basil on it. Oh, no. Let's have a bite of this big cheesy bit. There's never loads of flavour in mozzarella anyway, but I know it's not mozzarella. Base is nice. I do like it when it gets that, you know, they have that little bit of semolina on it. I always do that when I make a pizza. I say the base is nice. It's actually, it's not, I like that semolina. I always like that little bit on there, but no flavour. That's a bit disappointing, that one, especially when I'm comparing it to all the others. For the amount of calories it is, I'm going to have another bite of this. That's proper nice. Like again, same cheese as the Tesco one, obviously, you know, fior di latte, but it's got creaminess to it, and the sauce is decently flavoured, and maybe a little bit of like the oil and stuff from the salami's run off to give it a bit more flavour, but that Tesco one's very bland if I'm being honest with you. Let's go Co-op. Co-op, definitely worth it, guys. A few more calories. What am I going to compare that one to? The Aldi one. Is it as good as the Aldi one? I can't remember what I scored the Aldi one. I remember as well, I said it, I meant to mention this. I said the Aldi one. Oh, there's a bit of sweetness there as well. It's got chili jam on it, Neil. Of course there's flipping sweetness on it. Anyway, the Aldi one's only 50 calories. 40 calories less, is it? Or something like that. 50 calories less. They're both good. They're both good. I think the Co-op one might be slightly better. Can't remember what scored the Aldi one. Co-op one, though, is going to get an 8.4 worth of calories. Tesco. Should you say best to last? Because I haven't. That's the worst out of the 5. 6. 6, Neil. We've done 6. Yeah, really bland. And don't get me wrong, it's got loads of cheese on it, but it's just not much flavour. Not much flavour to the base. A little bit of a tang in the tomato sauce, but the cheese is just non-existent. You know, it's there because there's plenty of it, but it's got no creaminess or anything. Yeah, really disappointed. And, you know, for 570 calories, I'd much rather have any of the previous 5. So, Tesco, that is a no from me. That is, I'm not saying it's bad, but it's not great. 5.5 out of 10 worth of calories. And there we go, that's it for another episode. Now, I'm going to change the score of the Tesco one. I'll tell you why. I've just finished it off. And I ate the rest of the Co-op one. Palate cleanser. Swallowed my mouth out with a bit of water. Then ate the Tesco one. And I think I did it a little bit of injustice. I think if I'd eaten it with another margharita style pizza, it would have had more flavour, because when I finished it off, I was like, yeah, I think I've been a bit harsh there. I'm not saying it's worth the calories, and I'm not changing my mind on that, and I'll tell you why. All right, boss. She wants to go for a walk. I'll tell you why. Because when you get up to 570 calories, you can literally, another 100 or so, and you can get a Carlos pizza. And I'd push for that. Like, do you know what I mean? It's just tilting the edge. It's a bit too much. Like I said, I did want these pizzas to be under 500. And we've obviously seen, we've got pizzas the same size as that Tesco one that are 100 calories less. So it can be done. Anyway, I'm going to give it another point. Did I give it 5.5? I'm going to give it 6.5. So it wasn't, it was pleasant. But I've got to take into account that, it's 570 calories. I feel like that. And yeah, I either need a bit more flavour than that, or, a bit more volume for 570 calories. And it doesn't quite tick the box of either. Anyway, that's my little correction. 6.5 out of 10. Still not quite worth the calories, but slightly better than what I did score it. Yeah, there we go. Have you tried any of those pizzas? Do you agree with what I'm saying? Are you going to try any of them? Let me know in the comments. Let me know other pizzas. I might do a round 2. Can we get another 5, maybe 6 pizzas around 500 calories and do a second vid? I don't know. Let me know. Anyway, until next time, make sure every single thing you eat is worth the calories. And if you haven't checked it out already, please check out the new Worth the Calories on Tour video that has recently come out. Yeah, something a little bit different. And yeah, make sure everything you eat is worth the calories, and make sure till next time you boss your weight loss.